Welcome, everybody, to the Just Add Bourbon podcast. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr.
I'm JD. What is going on?
And it is another beautiful Sunday here in the hills of Eastern Kentucky. And audience, I'm not going to lie to you, our boy JD's feeling good. So when JD's feeling good, you know it's going to be an eventful show. We got some good topics to talk about this week. And you're going to want to hang around because I'm going to go on an epic rant about Disney World. We just got back from there this past week, and we're going to talk about when Disney became communist China. That's what we're going to talk about. So, JD, brother, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's great to look at my computer screen and see your smiling face, bro. Like, I wish you was here. I'll give you a big man hug right now. Like, I missed you. I love you, bro. I'm glad to be back doing this podcast. I miss it so bad, man. So what happened last week?
Oh my God! All right, so every year, dance is like the bane of my existence, right? The whole dance thing.
Sure, Jimmy.
Well, it is like we've been doing it for years, right? Mm-hmm. We've been doing, Ashton and them been going to dance for years and years and years. And Ashton made the senior team, which is kind of like the goal for all those dancers at some point who get on elite and all that. You're working towards that senior team. Well, that senior team's at a whole other level. Right. Like as far as the commitment and what you have to do and the travel, the whole thing, it's at a whole other level. Well, they do this thing called the Elite Showcase basically at the end of every dance season. They have this rose ceremony. They've got all these little things they do, and it's nice and sweet. And the seniors on the team get to do a video and talk about it. So anyway, we go to this, and it starts at like 2:00, right? And I'm thinking, it's going to last a couple hours. Go grab a bite to eat. I'll be back in plenty of time for the show. At 5:45, I texted JD and said, dude, I'm not getting back for the show. And he said, well, we can do it later. And I said, we'll see, because we ain't even close to being done. Right. I didn't get home till 10:00.
Yeah.
And Ashton had to practice before. They practiced before this Elite Showcase. They do this Elite Showcase, and every solo, every duo, every dance that they performed during the Elite season, they did. Then she had to practice after. So they practiced before, then they danced and had to practice after. I get home till 10:00.
Is Billy G the coach? Billy Gillespie, coach.
Oh, right. My goodness. And these girls, and I will tell you, dude, like dance, like I said, it's truly the bane of my existence. What's up, Josh Horn? How you doing, brother? It is truly the bane of my existence, but I always kind of complained about it, right? Like, what are you getting from dance? You're not going to get anything. You can't get a college scholarship. You can't get anything from it. I've changed my tune on that because it is as physical and as demanding as any sport that I've ever taken part in or watched, because those girls go at it, dude. They work hard. They rework those dances a bunch of times, and it's just what they've been through this season with COVID and the things they've had to cope with. It's just really impressive, really, what those girls can do.
So, man, even coaching youth league, like softball and being around these girls, man, these athletes – these girls that dance, man, they're natural athletes. Well, natural, but whatever. Like, they work hard to be athletes. Like, their legs, man, like, bro, that's where the athleticism comes in. Your legs, like, can you balance? Can you move? Can you, you got that good base? And these dancers, man, they're legit athletes for sure. The jazz hands, I see.
Yeah, so I got you, baby. I got you.
Was it spirit fingers?
Yeah.
So yeah, these dancers, man, they're legit athletes. Like, I know I think it's almost the thing. Like, people dismiss it like as not an athletic thing, man. But these dancers are for real, like legit athletes. And what they do is it's not like everybody can do it, man. Like,
no. Well, look, dude, Ashton's feet will be tore all to pieces. Her knees will be bruised up. She's been kicked in the head with these lifts that they do. It is 100% full contact, hardcore. They practice nonstop. Ashton's core is so strong because of all the stuff that she has. Ashton's a bull, dude. She is strong.
Oh, yeah.
And it all comes from that dance. And that's what I always talked about. My dad used to say it about me. He said, Jimmy Don's a timid guy, but someday somebody's going to grab a hold of him and they're going to get way, way more than they expected. And Ashton's a lot like that. Ashton's kind of laid back and, she just likes to get along, but she's strong. She's a bull.
I mean, she's got that base, man. Those legs, I remember coaching Ashton in softball. It was like, okay, you want to hear those legs, man? It's just a different thing. Like cheerleaders and dancers. I mean, you don't mess with them, bro, because those feet, their legs are just
and crazy, like you said, crazy balance.
If you want to go to football and get a scholarship, they want to know 3 lifts. They want to know your bench press, they want to know your squat, they want to know your deadlift. And 2 of those are measuring what?
Core and legs. Yeah.
They want to know your legs. They want to know how strong your legs are. Because if you ain't got that, man, you ain't got nothing else. Ain't nothing else. No matter how strong you are up top, if you ain't got that base, baby, you can't get the job done.
Yeah. All right. So that's enough dance talk for now. I want to hear. So JD had posted on the page last week, right before the show, that he had a story to tell. And I want to hear about this story because I missed it. Like I was like, I was legit upset. Like I couldn't get to the show because I look forward to this every week, right?
Yep.
When JD's got a good story, JD's not boring. Okay. JD's never boring.
If ain't nothing else, I ain't boring.
He's never boring. So JD, the floor is yours.
So my girlfriend lives right outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. And I don't know how many people who listen to the show are in Knoxville or in Tennessee or whatever, but Knoxville is actually, man, fucking beautiful. Like, it's almost like the foothills, not the Appalachian, man, the Smoky Mountains. Like, it's really, really nice, man. Like, they got the market square. Like, you can go in there. There's no traffic there. They got it marked off. It's just like clubs and bars on one side and restaurants. And it's like a U, right? And all these nice, you can go in there and sit and drink and have a good time. So I go down there on Friday, and we wake up on Saturday morning. She's like, I've got this really nice little country spot I'd like to take you to have brunch. It's like, I like brunch. I eat. I'm a fat boy. Let's do it. We get done with that. We'll do some yard work. We'll weed eat. We'll plant some flowers. We'll do all this, that, and other. Okay, cool. That's the plan. Right? So we drive. We turn off her driveway. We turn left, and we drive about 3 miles. She goes, well, shit, that place is closed. And then the sliding doors of my life began. So she was like, hey, I got this really great brunch place in Knoxville. Do you want to go? I was like, do you know me? Do I want to go to Knoxville? Do I want to have a good time? Absolutely. So we turn around, we go to Knoxville. And let me tell you, my day changed. So we go to this brunch place to eat. I have a dude, and so this is gonna blow your mind. I had a BLT, the best BLT I've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
Have you? They had pimento cheese on it.
Really?
And I don't even like the pimento cheese. Don't even do it for me. But on that BLT, it was amazing. It was the best BLT I've ever had in my life. But anyway. So we go to the Market Square there in Knoxville. After that place, we was like, oh, let's go to Market Square. She wanted to show me around Knoxville, like UT. She's a UT graduate, whatever. And so we go, and I have a beer, and I actually had the best old fashioned I've ever had in my life. 4 Roses old fashioned. It was amazing. And then we decided we were just going to bullshit all day long, and we ended up meeting a couple. It was like 28 years old. We ended up hanging out with some old ladies who were like 70-something years old. We ended up running to people who were going to prom, and we was like hyping them up, taking a picture with them. We ended up going on the rooftop, singing happy birthday to people who were strangers to a stranger. And guess who led that march? That was me.
Oh, I guarantee you, yeah.
And it was just, she ended up falling downstairs and breaking her foot, getting a hairline fracture. She's still in a boot right now. But man, we had an amazing time. Great. It was a great day. Like, it was just so much fun. Like, so many times in your life, man, like, you think you want to plan that shit out and do this, you want to do that. But we just went, was like, you know what? Let's just go with whatever happens. That's what we did.
So I'm taking it, no yard work got done, right?
No yard work got done. Yeah. And that's the best part of it, is like, we were dressed like absolute scumbags. Like, I had stained up shorts on. She was in a tank top and a pair of pants.
So so you went out, had no intention of going out, and then spent the whole day.
Yeah, we went out all day long and just had an amazing time. It was crazy, crazy. Like there's no way you could have planned it and had a better time. Like
we had kind of a random experience like that too this weekend. So one of the things about the dance trips is going to eat and that.
Sorry
kind
to cut you off. Let me.
Go ahead.
So I ended up losing my debit card, which I know that's way unlike me, right? Like
right, sure.
So I ended up losing my debit card, all this other stuff. So I had to come back home and cancel my debit card, and we still have not found my debit card. It was charged at the last place we was at. Like, I was like, I know I opened up a tab there. Like, I know I paid my tab. And she was like, well, I don't know what's that. We could never find it. And anyway, my debit card's gone. Her foot's broke, and we had a time. Also, I run into a guy who had a Yorkie named Daiquiri. Does anybody want to guess what his sexual preference is?
No. Go ahead.
It was amazing, man.
That was an eclectic day.
It was so good, man. It was so fun. And that's what you get in these cities, though, right? I mean, because you never knew who you're going to run into and have an experience with. It was just a really fun time, man. We had a blast.
So, like, we had not that kind of an experience, but it was similar. And it's one of those things that Amy and I used to do all the time, right? When we were younger, before the kids came along. Amy and I are real adventurous eaters, right? Like, we like to try weird food and do random things, right? Just do random stuff. Now, we don't, once the kids came along, they want chicken strips. It's harder to be, I guess, spontaneous about things like that. But we ended up, so we're in Disney and, we're just really busy and with the dance and doing all that. So the last night we were there, we, spent most of the day in the parks and we go out to Disney Springs. And that's where all like the shops are. There's a lot of, fancy shops out there, a lot of cool food.
Sure.
Amy makes this dinner reservation. And I was like, where'd you, and it starts with a J. I can't even think of the name of it right now, but it was a Spanish restaurant. All right. It was Spanish cuisine. So we go in there, dude, like same thing. I have been sweating all day. Had on a pair of ball shorts and a Kentucky t-shirt. We all looked rough. Go into this place and it is fancy. Okay. Like we are dressed. It's so fancy that people are looking at us, like who let these folks in? And then they hear us talk and they're like, oh no. So we sat down at the table and it's almost kind of like an a la carte, like a family type place. Like if you go to Paula Deen's or something, they bring out portions, right? You order different things and they bring out portions and everybody eats. It's like a family style restaurant. So our waiter is this Spanish dude who we can barely understand. The music's pumping in this place. We can't really understand him. There's not a menu, right? Because of COVID, you got to take a picture of this barcode and it pops up a menu. He tries to explain to us what's going on. We don't have a clue. So we just start ordering random stuff. We just start ordering random stuff off this menu. And it was really good. The food was great. And we had the best time. We laughed like we haven't laughed as a family in a long time. Like, and even the girls like tried the different stuff and they're real picky eaters, but even like they were trying the stuff and we ended up having a ball. I drank a beer from Madrid that was really tasty. Like it was really good. I don't know. It was random, but it was really fun like that. Like you don't have any idea what you're doing. You just kind of go with it. And that's what I told the girls. They were like, what do we even eat here? I was like, I have no clue, but we're just going to roll with it and see what happens. And we end up having a ball.
So it seems like some of the best times of your life, man, or throw an itinerary away and just go with whatever the day has, man, and make decisions along the way and just have some fun. And like, I miss that a long time, man, and to just be with her and be free like that, man, and to just experience life. Experience Knoxville like that. We met a 28-year-old couple who was like going through some stuff. They ended up getting back together that night because it was. But like I said, we run into some people who was going to prom. We was hyping them up. Like it's the flavor of life, man. Like I had such a good time. I'm glad you had that same experience at Disneyland, man. Like I feel like sometimes we just get so caught up in our everyday life, man. We forget to we talk about stop and smell the roses, but yeah, bro.
He is, isn't he?
Bro, I am. I'm a man of love.
I'm happy for him. That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm crazy over him, man. Like I am. Like
Well, you're right. My life is very planned out. Right.
Yeah.
I'm basically told where to be and what to do pretty much every second.
I mean, like day to day almost demands that though, right? Like,
yeah.
Because you're still routine, your work, like you got to be here, you got to do that. There's a meeting here, there's a meeting there, but that's why it's so fun, man. On the weekends, oh my god, Amanda, like she told you, Amanda, she looked like Jeannie from Forrest Gump, and you're way harder than Jeannie from Forrest Gump. But Daiquiri stole the show. But man, that's the flavor of life, man. Like to go with things and to experience those things with people you're close with and love. Like so, I'm glad you had the same experience in Disneyland. But the Knoxville day, man, was a really, really cool day for me. Like for sure.
Now you know that I don't know that you know this about me, but I despise Knoxville.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Is it Rocky Top?
Yeah, and. Now, as far you're absolutely right about it being beautiful because it is. It's beautiful. I was actually there. Chad Jude, God rest his beautiful soul. He was such a good dude. He lived in Knoxville for a long time, and we would go down and visit him. And now I ain't gonna lie, we used to have some pretty good times in Knoxville. I was actually at a bar downtown when they carried the goalpost down Main Street when they beat Florida.
Oh, okay.
And I was actually down there, but I just have this hate for that color orange, and everybody has it on. And I always thought they were rude. Like Amanda's far too nice to be living there, in my opinion. But she is dating you, so I question her personal choices anyway.
She makes great choices, by the
way. I'm questioning all her personal choices at this point. I always thought she was smarter than that, but she lives in Knoxville and she's going out with you, so I don't know. I'm kidding. I love you, and I'm happy for you. So, but no, Knoxville is one of those places. I've been there a lot. For a place I dislike, I've been there a lot because Jude was down there for, for 10, 15 years after school. So after college.
Like one of the things, man, you'll find in these cities like that you don't find locally, which is, I think, is an oversight on our part, is there's art everywhere, man. You go to Lexington, you go to Knoxville, you go to these big cities, you go to Atlanta, you go to Miami, you go to wherever, man, and people get out and walk. You know why?
Because to see.
Because there's things to be seen, and I feel like, and I know the financial situation here in Inez, and I know we're not a big city, and I know we're small, I know, but we need to be forward thinking, and if you want to make this a destination spot, right? Let's invest in bringing in artists. Let's invest in the local artistry and build things and paint things that make people want to walk and be a part of this life, man. Like we can do this. Like I know we can.
And that's one of the things about our area, JD. We have a lot of talented artists. We have a lot of talented musicians. Mountain people are generally, are artistic.
Yeah, that's the truth. There's a lot of that, man, going on, and I feel like we're missing real good opportunity. Bro, but it's not even, you don't got to be a great artist. Like in Los Angeles, there's a wall, a pink wall, I think it's pink, that people fly around the world to go take their picture at for Instagram. It's like, so we just need to have people with ideals, man. Like we can paint some walls, we can do some shit, we can put some angel wings on the side of the building downtown.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go ahead, eat hibachi and put your angel wings on, bro. Let's do that.
No, I think that's great. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's kind of get into that a little bit because, since the Donny Baker show, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, man, that was awesome. When are you guys going to do something like that again? And I'm like, I don't know. It's something JD and I are going to have to talk about and, hopefully kind of work with some local leadership, to maybe, tourism board, things like that. But there was a guy, brother, at that show, and I didn't know this at the time.
I'm peeing in a bottle right now. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. You're going to get it all right here on the Just Add Bourbon podcast, people. No, we can all clearly hear it.
Can you
your
really?
microphone is really good. Oh, yeah, I can absolutely hear it. I was like, what is he doing?
Well,
at least you're not getting up and leaving the show. Look, I'll take back what I said last show. You can get up and go to the bathroom.
no.
I said, we got a problem, but he's in it for the long haul. That's Iron Man in right there. That's Iron Man podcast style. I love it. But no, I was talking to a guy, and I didn't know at the show, but there was a guy from Paintsville there who is now going to have an event space in Paintsville. He's going to bring Donny Baker over because of what we did. And he was like, look, y'all did that in Inez. That was amazing. I'm doing it in Paintsville. And so we've got to have, you're right. You have to be forward thinking. And Justin Maynard would like to see the community center utilized much like the Mountain Arts Center, Prestonsburg, concert, comedy shows, plays. Absolutely, Justin. 100%, brother. Because what we proved was that it can be done. With a little bit of planning, a little outside the box thinking, people like JD who think a little differently, to kind of think of different ideas. You need an eclectic minds. And like I said, we have different types of people. Adults are allowed to have fun too.
Yes. So let me get this out here, man. Like, if you go to church or if you are very pious or very religious, I don't have any problem with that at all. I don't. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful that you do that. But if you want to go see Donny Baker tell some dirty jokes, I don't have a problem with that either, man. Because you know why Donny Baker has millions of followers on his Instagram and his social media? You know why, Jimmy Don? Because he's funny. People like it, man. People follow it. Because people aren't the same. Even in the hills, people aren't the same. And we're going to have to recognize that and embrace that and make that a part of who we are, man. Like, we can do this thing, man. We can make things happen here in Inez. We can make things happen here in the hills of East Kentucky.
No, and people are starving for that stuff. Like, I was in a shop today in Inez because it was Mother's Day, and we literally just got back from Florida late last night, and I travel all day, fly and all that, and I was killed. So we had to run out and try to find something for Amy for Mother's Day. And shout out to all the moms out there. I meant to start the show with that and completely left me. Shout out to all the moms. Yeah.
I'm mama's boy. So
me too. Total mama's boy. I think that's why me and JD get along. Because I am a total homer for my mama. So,
bro, hold on? I don't mean to cut you off, but could you imagine like being in an intimate relationship with somebody who didn't respect her mom?
No,
I mean, I just can't, bro. I can't with you. If you don't love your mom, like, I'm sorry.
I think if you got a problem with your mama, no, if you got a problem with your mama, if you're mean to your mama, we can't be friends.
I agree with it, man.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. For real.
Anyway, so back to it. Like I said, I walked in and they said, look, when are you guys going to do that again? This place is starving for that kind of thing. And we were talking, I was like, look, you can, and we said it the last show, we don't need to rehash all of it, but you can do gospel sings. We got in with a big promoter who runs Donny, who has other acts, who has other talent. Things like that can be done here. Like JD said, forward thinking. And just give people, number one, the people who live here, give them a reason to stay here and spend their money rather than go into these outside counties, because all the counties around us have much more than we do. And part of the reason for that is because all of our people go over there and shop.
We built Paintsville, bro.
Yes.
We built Paintsville. I'm telling you right now, that Walmart on that hill, that's built with Martin County money, bro. But anyway,
if our people would just stay here and shop, it would make a huge difference. And I get why. Look, I get why you don't, but right?
You ain't had the opportunity to. Where you going to shop? Or you going to buy clothes at Martin County?
Yeah, nowhere.
If I was going to the club, and even if I was going to go to Huntington to go to the club, where are you going to get an outfit to go to the club in Huntington at? You can get a Martin County. You hear me?
No.
Like you're going to go somewhere else. Now, the Spirit Shop has done a much better job. I got this shirt at the Spirit Shop. Shout out to them, Daniel Clown. I think you do a great job. And they're doing the band T-shirts and that shit. I think it's awesome. But there's so much more that can be done, man. Like, if we just think locally, you know what I'm saying, and act locally, I feel like we can do these things, man. And we can bring in Prestonsburg and Paintsville and Louisa, they will come here. But it's going to have to be like, bro, you made them like this is a destination spot for sure. We got to have the event. The event's got to be here.
Well, and you said it earlier, talking about Knoxville, that it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, go downtown right now and look around. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. If we didn't have the empty buildings that we have, if those were all filled up and there was light, dude, it's beautiful. We live in one of the most beautiful places. I have traveled a lot.
What if you had wings on the side of those buildings down there? Even when they were empty, you'd have people out there taking like
doing selfies
all day.
Somebody threw those daffodils or dandelions in a field, dude, and people go down there and have their picture taken from all over the place.
Yep.
I mean, that's the kind of thing, dude, that can be done. And like I said, just be open to it and serve your entire community, not just one section of it. Mm-hmm. Like I had seen some comments or heard a few things like, well, that's not family friendly. Not everything has to be family friendly.
So it's real easy. Check this out. Watch this. This is going to be a mind-boggling thing for everybody. If Donny Baker is nasty to you, guess what?
Don't go.
Don't go. Don't buy those tickets. Because we sold out, bro. It's fine. Don't go. We don't need you there. We don't. And I'm not even saying like it's a bad thing, man. Like if that's not your thing. I don't know.
No, string up some open lights across one of the open lots. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, but you don't have to knock on something that's not your thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I'm not going to go to no gospel singing. That's cool. Like, I know there's people here who love that thing, man. So cool. I'll get behind it. I will show up. I'll DJ. I don't care. I'll MC it. But that's not my. It's not my. It's not my circle I run in. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to do some different things, man. So cool.
Justin Maynard again making great comments tonight, and appreciate you guys commenting. Make sure you comment on all the stuff that we talk about. That's makes this show fun ever since we started doing it like this. Shopping for clothes, bowling, things for kids to do. That's why people travel to other counties, and Martin County can invest in those things 100%.
Yeah, and yeah, that's every county, but that's every small town in the U.S., man. But we need to focus on who we are, and we need to bring those acts in here and make this a destination spot.
Absolutely. And even having, like I heard that they were going to do at the community center, the library board, they're going to put the Hall of Fame, the Sports Hall of Fame down there on the second floor.
Do it, man. Yeah.
Do that. That's awesome. Do something around our Appalachian heritage. Like one of the things that's really fun, I'm sure you may have gone to it, is when they do Heritage Days or Appalachian Days at the schools, at the elementary school. Yeah. Dude, that's a hoot. LT Priest cooks that big pot of soup beans. There ain't nothing better, and there ain't nothing more Eastern Kentucky than that. But things like that are people who are artists, local artists, have a place for them to go and shop. I've told you that old courthouse, it would need some work, but there's a place in Columbus, I've said it 1,000 times, it's called the North Market. I heard Matt Jones on KSR talking about this place he went to in Lexington. That's identical to what I'm talking about in Columbus, where you've got random food that people come in there and cook, and you do country food, dude. Do what we do best. Do local people, crafts people, whatever. And have a place for people to go, hang out, eat. Being wet wouldn't hurt anything as long as there's a plan for it. Sure. You don't want you don't want random bars showing up all over the place, but you could have karaoke nights. There's 1,000 things. So here, before we kind of talked about all that the last show.
We didn't get to the chili contest.
Right. I know we didn't get to do that because of COVID.
But the chili contest, I think it's an awesome thing, man. Like, I feel like people will come for that. And so I don't want you to get too deep in this, man. Like, I want to tell you, I got messaged on Facebook to be a part of a benefit for a lady who has a kid who's autistic. And she's wanting to get a service dog for her child. And I really, really want to be a part of that. That's what, man, the Donny Baker Show, like, if I never do another comedy set and I'll never make anybody laugh again, which I'm going to, because I'll get to that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But a local vendor mall or flea market type thing would be awesome. Absolutely, Justin. For sure. Yes. But I got asked to be a part of a benefit for a lady who's raising money for a service dog for her autistic child. And I've already got things cooking in my mind, man, like all the time. Like So I would like to hear from the people who are watching right now. Throw your ideals at me. I've got an ideal. I'm going to tell you my ideal. You ready for my ideal, Jimmy?
Lay it on me.
Because I think I want to make that link between the service dog and this child and what needs to be done. So I want to have a dog show. I want to have a pet show.
I love it.
I want people from the counties, man, that come pay your fee to be in the fucking service show. And we're going to bring a judge in. We're going to have a dog show. And we're going to put them in costumes. We're going to have an obstacle course. We'll do all these things, man. And we may not raise $100. We may not. But what are we missing, bro? If we don't do it, nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Why not?
So like I'm thinking the pet show right now, and I also want to do. I got some other ideas in my mind. I'll holler at you offline. I want to throw it off all here right now, but I'm just telling you, there's things we can do, man, to make Martin County move forward. To make, and every small community that's out here listening right now, you're in your small community. We got a national audience, man. So listen, you guys. You can take these ideals, do these things, man. Reach out to me, reach out to Jimmy Don. I'll put you in touch with Donny Baker's people. It don't bother me, man, to put Donny Baker come in and make some money for you all. Donny
made some money for us.
He's a good dude, man. Good people to work with, right?
Yes.
So like, we'll hook you up. But take these ideals, man. Take all these ideals, all of y'all. And if we'd have these things, man, we have these events. Donna, Jason, Justin. We have these things. Y'all come show up and support us, man. The dog show, I think, would be a great thing for this community. We could raise some little bit of money, man, and help these people out, get this service dog for his child.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And that was one of the things I was actually going to ask you is for you personally, did it create any other opportunities for your comedy stuff because of the set that you did with the Donny Baker show?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Bro, I killed. I know you know that. But like I killed, like that was probably the funnest I've had on stage. I'll just be honest with you, because like first off, that spotlight was blinding. I couldn't see a thing hardly. That's the first row. I was like, I can't see nothing. But the people in the first row were dying, laughing. But I could feel the love. You know what I'm saying? Like I could feel people laughing with me, and at the things I were saying. So.
Yeah, and we could get Sunday Best, actually. That's somebody I've got to hook up. We could get Sunday Best. They would come to the community center and play, and they're awesome.
Yes, Sunday Best, man. Like Nick and I don't remember the guy's name. I don't know the person, but obviously you got to connect with them. Like, so Sunday Best, man, like that's still a big draw around here. And we can make money off them. If they can make money, we all want everybody to make money, man. Like it's
Yep.
They didn't roll that. That's good. But yeah, so I've talked to Chris. I don't know, like. I don't know what you've heard about the show, but I've heard me and Chris really done a good job. And Chris, man, like I told you all, for weeks leading up to the show, Jimmy, did I tell you? I said, Chris Abel is going to kill this crowd. Did I tell you?
Yes.
And Chris, what did he do?
He killed. I mean, he killed. It was unbelievable. Like, I liked all the comedians, right? Of course, I'm partial to you. I thought you were awesome. But if I'm ranking Donny, Johnny, and Chris was my favorite. Like, dude, because the thing was, what was so impressive about Chris Abels was he was playing off the crowd. He was completely making up the jokes on the spot.
That's what Chris is, there, bro. Like I told you all, I was like, I can't wait for y'all to get low to Johnny Miller and Chris Abels. But I knew Chris. I was like, Chris is going to tear this crowd up because that's who Chris is. Like, anyway, so Chris reached out to me yesterday. I was like, bro, so he's got a podcast, Levyland. Which was Bob Levy, which is a really big comic name. Like that guy is a headliner of headliners. And so I was like, Chris, man, I hope everything's doing good, whatever. He's like, bro, I'm about to start. Things are about to loosen up here. I'm about to start doing some shows, and I'm putting you in. You're about ready to be busy, so get ready. And so, like, I'm ready. Let's go.
That's awesome, man.
It's definitely opened up some doors for me. We made some money for the community center. We made some money for our community. We have people going to the gas stations. We have people going to restaurants. We have people doing all kinds of things, man. There's no losers in this, man. No losers. No.
I've actually had some people reach out to me, no joke, like, how did you set up the ticket sales? Like, how did you do that?
Right. How much you learn?
dude. Like, I mean, it would be so much easier this time, but but I learned a lot. And I've had people say, "Hey, man, how did you do that?" Because it went so smooth. It was so seamless, and it really was. Like, I mean, it was amazing how well it went.
Could it win better, man? Could it win any better? I'm still riding the high. I'm still riding the high from.
Yeah, well, I love it, man.
That show, man. Like, I really am. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I really got an opportunity here with Chris, and the opportunity he's about to present me with being around some new crowds, some new comics, some new managers, new promoters. Like, I'm just going to take my shit on the road. I'm going to kill with it. And so I'm going to go Thursday is a new one for you. I'm going to go Thursday to Georgetown, Lord willing.
And the creek don't rise.
And the creek don't rise. I'm going to Georgetown Thursday, and I'm going to go to that competition at the Laughing Post in Georgetown.
Nice.
And I'm going to win that competition, and I'm going to start booking some shows.
Awesome, man.
That's how confident I am right now. That's how I feel, man. Like, after riding this high, man, then we're getting those laughs. Like, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
I love it, man. I love it. All right, brother. We're about 36 minutes in, and I've got to get this off my chest.
My bad. We're ready.
No, we're fine. But, I mean, it goes so quick. I said it's crazy. But if you're waiting to hear me rant about Disney World, get ready because –
here we go.
All right, so let me kind of preface this. Yeah. Let me kind of preface this with I'm a nerd, okay? I have a comic book channel on YouTube. All right. I love Disney World. I truly do. Like, I love going. Disney does it about as well as anybody does it. When it comes to entertaining you, putting on a show, making it feel magical. You know, everybody says it's the most magical place in the world.
Right.
And they ain't wrong until now. And so we go down. I'm all pumped up, right? I can't wait to go to Disney. I can't wait to go, to Magic Kingdom. I can't wait to go to Hollywood Studios so I can see the Star Wars stuff. Right. Dude, the COVID guidelines. Now, Florida is one of the freest places in this country when it comes to COVID, okay, and COVID protocols. They just got rid of their mask guidelines. They just got rid of all that right before we went down there. Disney World, however, is like a communist country. And they're apparently their own place. They were so strict on masks, social distancing. All right, so let's just start at the beginning. So we fly down. Number one, you got to wear your mask on the plane. That's fine, right? It's, reasonably cool. You're in a tight spot. I'm reasonable. Fine. And plus, I slept half the way anyway. So it was fine. So we get off. We ride the bus out there. We are walking through the hotel area outside by the pool. There is nobody within 500 feet of me except for my wife and my daughters. Somebody looks at me and says, "Hey, you need to put your mask on." I'm outside, dog. It's 70 degrees outside. There's nobody within 500 feet of me. And I was like, okay. So I put it up, go to the room, do my thing, come back down. I go to get something to eat. You can't just walk in and order. Now you have to take this app. You have to order, and you're not allowed to walk in the joint until your order's ready.
Right.
All right. So I was like, what is going on? I was like, okay, all right, fine. You're at the hotel, fine. Go to Magic Kingdom. It's 100 degrees outside. And I want to explain to you how hot it is. I was burning up, dude. Like, I was drinking water, bottles of water every 30 minutes. And I did not use the bathroom all day. That's how hot it was. I poured a cup of ice, a full cup of ice down my back and bent over. And that ice melted and was gone in about 45 minutes.
Right.
45 minutes. In about 3 minutes. Dude, it was so hot with that mask on that you couldn't breathe. Like, it was, people were panting all over the place. And I never heard so many people complain in my life. And then to beat it all, Addison's starting to get a headache, right? She's burning up. It's been so hot. She's getting a headache. But Amy wants this thing. They're kind of famous for these things called Dole Whips. So I go get one. Me and Ashton go and get one. And we're walking back. And I'm looking around. I'm like, because I'm trying to be good, right? Because they can get discounted points. They can get discounted points if somebody from Disney says that we're not wearing the mask. First night there,
Really?
they threatened to call this competition people because some of the girls were in the gift shop and had their mask down below their nose. All right, so I'm walking, and I told Ashton, I looked around and I said, okay, there's nobody in this stretch. So it's just going to be me and you, so we'll just walk and eat. So we're walking, the ice cream's melting. It's for Amy, so I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to keep it from melting. And this lady comes out of nowhere and stops me and says, hey, you need to put your mask on. You can't walk and eat. She said, for the health and safety of others. And I'd stopped, dude, and I'd had enough. And I turned around and I was like, who? There is nobody within 1,000 feet of me right now, and there won't be until I get up there. And when I get up there, I'll absolutely put this mask on. I don't understand why I can't walk. She said, well, that's just the rules. Either you put it on or we'll have security come and escort you out. I said, well, you may want to go ahead and call security. I said, because, and dude, you know me.
Right.
I'm a reasonable guy. It is 100 degrees outside. That virus ain't doing shit. Sorry for the language. Ain't doing nothing in 100-degree weather.
How dare you with your potty mouth?
I know. And I was just like, and Ashton is dying, right? Because I am hot. Like, I'm not physically hot, and I am mad. Like, I'm fuming mad. And I said, look, you all have managed to take the most magical place in the world and turn it into a complete nightmare. I said, so I'm going to eat my ice cream and walk up through here like a normal person would. And when I get up here to this crowd, I'll put my mask on. And if you got a problem with that, call freaking security and have them escort me out, because they are going to have to escort me out. Like, I was hot. Like, I was so mad. So we were Ashton, like I said, Ashton's dying. So we get through that debacle, go to the Animal Kingdom the next day to go ride the Avatar ride. Now, if you've never been in Animal Kingdom's awesome, right? So it's beautiful. There's a lot of shade, so the sun doesn't really get down in there, but it gets really humid because it traps the heat in. All those trees and stuff, it traps the heat in. And it's real hilly as you're walking through and you're doing all that. Dude, I'm struggling, like legit struggling to breathe because of the mask I've got on. And all I'm doing, JD, is pulling the mask out about every 30 seconds and trying to breathe. All right? Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's flashing here too. Somebody stopped me and said, hey, you can't do that. You've got to leave your mask alone. It's got to cover your nose and your mouth at all times. And I just pulled my mask out and said, look, I'm dying. Okay, I'm dying, and I'm not stopping. I'm supposed to get up here. I got to ride this ride. I got to get up here.
Fuck.
I'm not stopping. So I just kept rolling.
Oh, we're still here.
Oh, there we are.
Us cuss real bad.
It must be storming. That's all right.
Did you hear me say
everybody heard it. It's fine. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't hear you say it.
I was like, that bad word.
Yeah. So anyway, oops. I'm back. I'm walking up through there, and then you talking about getting herded like cattle. Now, one of the best things that they do when that place is racked out, right, when it's at its busiest, they move people around pretty quick. They've got it down. You're not allowed to move unless they essentially tell you that you can. So Jimmy froze, JD didn't. That's hilarious.
Great. I'm glad everybody caught that.
So you're essentially not, they've got markers everywhere.
Right.
So you're essentially not allowed to move unless you're told. And I was like, where am I at? And I have tried to be reasonable. Like I said, dude, I'm a reasonable guy. If I'm going in a building and I'm around a bunch of people, I'll put the mask on if you want me to, right? I'm reasonable. When you are outside and it's 100 degrees, right, it is all about control. I will never go back there if the mask mandates and all that stuff are still on. I will never go back there. That is corporate liberalism at its finest. I have never been so irritated. And then the next morning, I'm pissed, right? So the next morning, I get up and I'm reading my phone. I'm reading news articles. And then there's this thing pops up that Disney is making all their employees take racial training. Essentially, their white employees take racial training about why they have what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so mad now talking about it. What was it? White. What's the word everybody says? We've got it made as white people. What's the phrase?
No, white entitlement. White.
Somebody's watching. Tell me it's white. Anyway,
my God! I can't believe this ain't no got a buzz because I can't think of this name.
So
white. Oh my motherfucker! What is the name of that? What?
The word just almost came to me. White.
Not supreme, like it's not like.
Well, it's something like that, but it's the phrase that they use. Jeez. Anyway, so
you're like prejudice,
white privilege. Thank you, Jason.
White privilege.
White privilege.
Yes.
So you've got to take a survey about white privilege, about your privilege as a white person.
Really?
Yes, and they're doing,
really
like
That's crazy.
Disney has always been this liberal place, right? And I got it. They're all about, saving the world and the rainforest and all these things, and yet they make millions of dollars off caging animals. But they, it's one of those things where they are trying to segregate us under the guise of desegregation. And the white person is now to blame for everything. Dude, I was in those parks. 75% of the people in there were white, but we're the devil. And I am all for equalism among races. I think everybody is the same. I am all for that. But it made me sick to be in there and read that. And then the way that they treated us when we were there, it was ridiculous. And I will 100% never step foot back. I may cancel my Disney Plus subscription. I love that stupid channel because of all the Marvel stuff. Loki's getting ready to come out, and I can't wait.
Oh, my God. Oh, so not to distract you. So let's talk about this first.
Yeah.
So as far as mask goes, so I was way a proponent of this shit. Like, I'm wearing my mask. I'll do this. And I did it. How long did I do it? 6 months, 7 months?
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like I'm almost over it. Like and I was done with it. Donny Baker show come, I was done with it. But I got sick last week. I took a day off on Wednesday. So I thought I was sick with COVID. And I was like, ooh, maybe I need to wear my mask.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. But I don't feel like. So I feel like here's the problem with overall rules. Like if you take the swapping rule with everything, like everybody's got to wear the mask all the time. Like so, then you lose common sense, right? Like you was around not 500 feet from anybody. Like you're not gonna spit on nobody, bro. You're not gonna get anybody sick from COVID. Like you and Ash just have some ice cream. I think it's okay. Like I live with this chick. Like she definitely sees me without a mask.
Right.
So that definitely needs to be taken into account. Like, I feel like that is a little different, than what I feel like that's the exception. Like, common sense always has to be the exception. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're definitely not going to infect anybody outside of your bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not on a date with a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the lady needs to use a little bit more of her brain, and then just instead of saying this is the rule, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, let me throw this at you. So you go into the restaurant there to get something to drink. You can't just walk up, right, and get something to drink. They've got a whole way of herding you around to move you around, and you got to wear your mask. You can only go in one person at a time. This whole thing, you touch the thing, but they don't clean. They don't clean the pop dispenser after you use it. You go to the swimming pool. Nobody at the swimming pool has to wear a mask. Nobody. But the lifeguards have one on.
Yeah, that makes no sense, bro.
How stupid is that? And that's what I'm saying, dude. It just doesn't make sense.
Dumb. But that's not so I think that's just fucking stupid. Like it ain't because they don't work, the masks don't work, or because anything else. That's just some stupid rules. You know what I'm saying?
And dude, it says right on the package, these masks will not prevent COVID. It says that on the package.
Right. So you got to take that for what it is, man. Like, it's just stupid, period.
It was stupid. I just never have been so disgusted. I mean, like, dude, I've never.
I don't think that's not nothing to do with the communism, like communist fucking Disney or nothing.
Go over to the Epcot. Epcot's one of the greatest places in the world, right? It's adult. It's Disneyland for adults because it's all these. It's basically all these cities. You would love it because you go to all these different countries, right? They got the different countries. They've got like architecture from those places, art from those places.
That. Yes, absolutely.
And then you get the food from those countries, different beers from those countries, and it's just kind of walk around and you eat and you drink and look at all this beautiful stuff. You want to know what the biggest country is in Epcot?
China.
You know who the second?
Russia.
The United States. Okay. We're number 2. China. So I literally left there and I was like, who infected Disneyland with this communist, socialist BS? And you talking about conspiracy theories being on fleek.
But no, China's got more population than us, right?
Yeah.
And they're bigger than us. Yeah, so that's accurate. So, like, we're not number 2. As far, I mean,
it's in America.
Yeah,
if you got Disneyland in China, they make it bigger.
No, but it's still bigger than America, though, right? China's still bigger
by population. Yes,
I think by geographical too. I think China's bigger.
I don't care. It's in America. It is in America. Like
facts don't matter, bro.
No, facts are optional to me completely. But Harrison, you can drink in Epcot. Like they sell beer all through that place. It's awesome. Like it is Disneyland for adults for sure. Because it is, and the food's so good. I mean, it's just a hoot to walk around there, and it's beautiful. Like this time of the year, they have the flower display, and they have all these characters made out of plants and flowers. It's beautiful, dude. It's awesome. But they took all the fun out of it. Like it sucked so bad that I will never ever go back as long as these restrictions are on.
So I've been to Walt Disney World. Is World in Florida? Is that World?
World, Land? Yeah. Land is in California.
Okay. So I've been to both of them. So I've been to Walt Disney World. I went on July 4th, which is the worst time to ever go in an entire life. Do not go on July 4th because it's so hot. It's so miserable. I've never been so miserable in my life, you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, that black pavement was eating my life force away. Like,
so imagine that with a mask on.
Oh, my God, bro. I don't know how you, like.
That's what I'm screaming. It doesn't make any sense. And the parks were 35% capacity.
Really?
And, yeah, it was only 35. Like, they shouldn't even open back up. Like, they completely ruined the image. Because I'm not joking. I love that place. And I'm going to talk here in a minute about the stuff that they do well.
Go ahead, man.
It is, but I will never step foot in that place. I told Amy, I said, if they still have restrictions on next year, if Ashton and them make it to Worlds again, I ain't going. You guys are on your own. I will not they will not get in. And I've spent thousands upon thousands of dollars with Disney on cruises, on going to the parks, on you name it. I mean, thousands of dollars. I will never. And there was a manager at the hotel. Like I finally had enough. We were getting ready to leave. Somebody told me.
You didn't eat up, did you?
Dude, I ate his ass. I walked by him and we were getting ready to leave to go catch our bus. It was 7:00 in the morning. 7:00 in the morning. I'm getting ready to go hop on the Magical Express to go back to the airport. And he said, "Hey, I hope you had a great time." And Amy's like, "Oh God."
That was the wire trip, right?
Yeah, Amy was like, "Oh God." So I said, "You want to really know how bad of a time I had?" And I ate this guy's face off. Like I said, "Look, pal," I said, "You're management, right?" I said, "You need to go tell the upper management that I'll never be back here. As long as you all are running stuff like this, I will never, ever, ever come back here. This is the worst time. You took my magical, one of my happy places, and made it awful." End of story. And he was like, "You should have seen the look on this dude's face." And he was like, "Brother, you're not the first person today." It was 7 a.m. Right. "You're not the first person today to," he said, "nobody's been quite as animated as you are." But because like I said, dude, I was just so mad about the whole thing. But anyway, I digress. So let's talk about something good that Disney has. So they've got this new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. JD, they have a life-size Millennium Falcon. And I ain't going to lie to you, I might have been a little aroused when I saw
it. Jimmy was chewing up in there.
Listen, it was awesome. Like it was so, and that's what Disney does well, is that stuff. That's what they do well. And then there was the most popular ride in that Galaxy's Edge you couldn't get into. It was a whole virtual queue. The way that they made you eat, dude, all they're doing is doing away with people's jobs. I was talking to somebody at one of the restaurants and said, look, we have a fourth of the people here that work here now, and that's not changing because they've worked out all this stuff with the digital ordering. You know, job killers at Disney. It's all about the corporate bottom line. Like I said, I'm done with that place. It hurt my feelings. But Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was awesome.
So, like, I know you went down there with your wife and your kids. So I'm just glad you got your dick hard while you was down there.
Right?
You got to see the Millennium Falcon.
I got to see the Millennium Falcon. I was so happy. And then they got this thing called Smuggler's Run where you go inside of the Millennium Falcon. You go inside of it.
What?
And you get to fly.
Dude, you was definitely hard.
Oh, my God. The girls all so
everybody go over there. I'm one of them.
So basically, when you go in, there's two pilots. One person makes it go right and left, and one person makes it go up and down. Right? Two gunners, and then an engineer in the back. So they're like, "Who wants to be the pilot?" I just knocked my kids out of the way, and I was like, "Me! I want to pilot the Millennium Falcon." You know, yeah. I was like, "Get out of my way, daughters." Just joking. I let them pilot. I was one of the gunners, but I was back there like a 3-year-old kid.
That's cool.
No, I did let them pilot. I was back there, but I wouldn't let Amy touch the fire buttons. I was hitting both buttons, going at it. So that part was fun. Like we ended up, the girls had a great dance competition. They performed really well on the world stage. That was actually kind of cool. Yeah. You know, the way that's whole set up. But again, you're basically standing outside. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. You're not allowed to touch anybody. You're not allowed to do anything. Then you go inside and you got to stand. They've got dots. They have dots where you stand. And you're not like, no, that was the other thing that pissed me off. I'm going to keep going. So
go ahead, bro.
We're in there. They're competing, right?
Yeah.
And Ashton had been struggling with her turns a little bit because they do this insanely hard turn set. And it was fairly new for her. It's her freshman year on the team.
Sure. All
the freshman kids were having some issues with the turn sets. Well, she was struggling. And she works really, really hard, and she was still struggling. So she was really kind of doubting herself. Well, she got out there and she killed it, dude. I mean, absolutely killed it. So I'm full masked up and I'm videoing.
I don't want to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off. I am going to cut you off, for real. I feel like I should be Ashton's mental coach, like mind coach. I feel like I could get Ashton there, man.
We may have to discuss it.
Like, I really think, like, Ashton gets her own way some a little bit. Because physically, there's nothing Ashton can't do. Man.
No, nothing she can't do. Mentally, she gets her own way.
But mentally, get out of your fucking way, Ashton. So anyway, you holler at me. I want free of charge, and I will fucking get Ashton. I'm telling you right now, like I'll pump her up. I'm like, bitch, you're the fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Don't you talk to my daughter like that, JD.
No, you gotta be out of the room, bro. You gotta be out.
I can't be in there. Yeah, no, we ain't talking like that. No. So let me finish this story and then we'll get ready to wrap up here. So I'm videoing. I video all the performances and then we pass that video around to the moms. I've gotten pretty good at it, right? So I'm videoing it and Ashton kills her turns, dude. I mean, kills it like perfect.
Right.
So I yell. I'm like, that's my girl. You know, like I'm excited. And I'm like, that's my girl. And I'm pumped up. Well, apparently my mask had slipped down below my nose. And I didn't realize it. This dude comes over and says, hey, you need to pull up your nose. Or pull up your mask. And I'm like, I reach over, I pull it up, and I keep videoing. And as soon as it was done, I walk back there. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? He was like, sir, calm down. I was like, I'm calm. I'm not going to do anything. Are you kidding me? I was so, the whole thing, dude, just pissed. Dude, I'm videoing my daughter. I am 6 foot. I'm on a freaking dot.
Right.
On a dot. And I'm videoing. I get excited and yell for my daughter, and it makes my mask come down. And he comes over and taps me on the shoulder. I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, I was so mad. I mean, like I said, the whole thing, and I ate that poor manager's face off, that poor lady in the park. I was mad at everybody. Amy was like, would you calm down? I was like, no, this is communism at its finest. They're trying to hurt us like sheep. Somebody said, what was it they said to me?
Well, you start talking about chemtrails, we're going to have to get off here. Right?
Listen, they had me moving around, and somebody said something. It was one of the people said something about putting the mask off, and I didn't even speak back. I just went back, like I'm a sheep. It was the whole thing. It was just an awful experience. Like I said, I will never go back. Jason Chavins, thank you. I'm hoping you think that's my greatest segment ever because I'm going off right now, but that is ridiculous. Had enough. Yeah, I'm done.
So I'm gonna say yes, bro. I love you. I'm glad we got to do that. Do this. We can do this every week, and I love it. I love you.
Couldn't do it in Disney World.
I can't wait to. Every week I'm like, man, what's Jimmy Don got to say this week? Like it tickles me to death, man. I'm tickled. I'm glad these people are still tuning into it. We're getting more and more views, more and more downloads.
Podcast downloads are crazy. We're getting crazy downloads right now. Yeah. So, and hopefully we got some exciting stuff coming up here with some sponsorships and some different things. So that I've been working on. But yeah. All right, man. You got anything else you want to close with? Anything? I know your daughter went to the prom this weekend as a freshman.
Yeah, I've been like so like I feel like Haley, like I'm almost mad at Haley, but like I can't be because she's me. She's got a vagina, and I don't like. Besides that, we're the same person. So she went to 2 proms this week or this year. She went over to 40 Central where her little boyfriend was. They broke up, which I totally called. I was like, she's definitely going to end up at the Martin County prom, and she did, of course. So, like, no, man, nothing. Like, I'm glad she was there. I'm glad she got a good time. She looked beautiful. Everybody's kids looked amazing for Martin County prom. That's it, man. Like, I don't know. I'm ready to move forward with this county. Ready to move forward in the world. My comedy, like, I'm excited about where I'm going. I'm excited about the opportunities we get. I'm excited about because I feel like the Donny Baker show, I killed it. And I feel like that's just going to lead to some really good stuff for me. So that's it.
Cool. Well, and I hate that I generally try to be a pretty positive person. I hate that I ranted, but I've been waiting. I've been waiting all week to get on here with JD and rant about this.
I'll definitely go eat Disney up.
Oh my goodness! Like I said, as soon as I hashtag this after I drop the podcast here in about 30 minutes, when I hashtag it, it's hashtag I hate Disney. Disney sucks. I'm going to light it up because, like I said, if the people, Bob Iger, if you're watching, I love everything you do. From Marvel to Star Wars to Disney World, Disneyland, the cruises are top notch. There's not a better way to go cruise and see the world. But I'll be damned if I'm going down there. Joe Hammond, I'm going to Disney in a month. Well, dude, you better hope, Brother Joe, because I'm telling you, you best get prepared. It is a communist country in Florida. You don't do nothing without being told. It's ridiculous. You step out of line, they'll throw you out of the park. They'll throw you out of Disneyland. They'll throw you out of the happiest place in the world for not wearing a mask.
Also, I filled up 3 bottles with piss, so being on.
Oh, my God. Well, at least you didn't get up and go. I take that back. If you've got to go to the bathroom, I know I trashed you last episode for having to get up and leave at the end of every show. But
it's my little pee-pee. It's fine. Nobody even knows till I tell them.
No, we 100% heard the first time. Like it came through loud and clear through the mic. I'm just saying.
That's because I drew attention to it, bro.
Right. No, that wasn't it. You may like to think it is in your drunk haze. No, that wasn't it at all. I heard the stream.
Look, I just finished off. P.
No,
that's impressive. That's one P right there.
100% Chavins. That's what I'm screaming.
And I barely pinched that thing off right there.
Good Lord. That would have been awesome if you would have accidentally picked one of those up. And
I'm not drinking that, bro.
Drink a swig. See if there's some alcohol still in this. All right. That's it for us this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. JD and I.
Feel amazing, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, JD and I always enjoy being here. We thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us, every Sunday.
How do we eat up 65 minutes like that? That's crazy.
I felt like we just started, to be honest with you.
I swear. We got so much we can talk about. We didn't get to the State of the Union, none of that stuff.
Oh, no, job numbers. I had a whole list of things, and we just – but once we were 30 minutes in, I knew, look, I'm going to have to jump on this Disney thing because I'm saying this on this podcast. I'm getting it out, period. I'm saying it.
Man.
All right, guys. Love you too, brother. It's good to come hang out. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us, of course. Follow us on social media. JD's taking care of the posts over there. You can find us on iTunes, Amazon Music. Podbean, of course, is where we launched the podcast from.
One last thing, bro. One last thing. If anybody has ideas, like things they would like to see in this community, or even if you live outside this community, you see you think this will work for the community, hit me up. Let me know. Send it to I message the podcast on just that bourbon podcast on Facebook. And let us know. We're always looking for ideas. We're always looking to grow. We're always looking to do better. We want to bring shit to the community. We want to be a positive light in this community. And that's it, man. That's all I got.
So I'll end it with this.
Yeah.
From myself and from JD, no matter how bad your week's been, no matter how bad your day's going, if you just add bourbon, it always gets a little bit better. My parting words, don't be like Disney and suck.